People in the market that day remembered only one thing: the girl with dusty shoes, trembling hands, and a tiny wooden box pressed to her chest like it was her heartbeat. No one knew what was inside, but everyone could see the fear in her eyes when she whispered to the shopkeeper, "Please, it's the only thing I have left." Nobody expected that a billionaire passing by would stop. Nobody expected that one glance inside that box would make him silent, pale, and shaken. And nobody expected the truth that came after, the truth that would change both of their lives forever. This is where the story begins. Mira had learned how hunger feels, not loud, but quiet and sharp, like something slowly carving away inside you. She wasn't always poor. A year ago, she had a tiny home, a mother who sang during the mornings, a father who made silly jokes, and a life that felt warm. But life changes fast. Too fast. Her father fell sick, her mother worked until her hands shook, and Mira quit school to help. Eventually, bills grew bigger than breath, and the people she depended on slipped away one by one. She was left alone with debts, a cracked roof, and an empty kitchen. For weeks she survived on tea and stale bread. But now even tea was gone. She opened her cupboard and stared at the small wooden box lying inside. Her mother had told her, "This is our family's only treasure. Never lose it." Mira had never opened it fully, only peeked once years ago. Inside was a tiny pendant, carved by her grandfather during the hardest time of his life. A symbol of hope. Her mother said, "Hope." Mira exhaled. Hope doesn't cook food. Hope doesn't pay rent. Her fingers shook as she took the box and wrapped it gently in cloth. "I'm sorry, Mama. I have to," she whispered. The city market was loud and full of life. Mira walked quickly, her stomach tight. Every step felt heavier. People rushed past her, busy with their own worlds, while she held the only memory she had left. At a jewelry stall she stopped. The shopkeeper, a tired-looking man, glanced at the box. "What do you want?" I want to sell this," Mira said softly. He took the box, opened it, and frowned. "This? It's handmade. Old. Doesn't look worth much." Mira felt her heart drop. "Please, something. Anything. I haven't eaten in 2 days." The man sighed. "Fine. I'll give you 500. 500. Barely enough for bread and rice." But she nodded. Before the shopkeeper could place the money in her hand, something unexpected happened. A tall man stopped near the stall. Hands in pockets. Simple clothes. No one could guess his wealth by looking at him. His name was Rayyan Halim, the youngest billionaire in the city, known for building everything from scratch, but today, he looked more curious than powerful. "Excuse me," Rayyan said, pointing at the wooden box. "Can I see that?" The shopkeeper straightened, suddenly polite. "Sir, it's a small thing, nothing special. I'd like to see it," Rayyan repeated. He opened the box and stared at the pendant. Something flickered across his face: surprise, confusion, and a sudden deep sadness. Mira swallowed nervously. "Sir, I just need food." Rayyan looked at her. Not at her clothes, not at her rough hands, at her eyes. Eyes that had seen too much for someone so young. Eyes filled with a quiet kind of strength. "Where did you get this pendant?" he asked. It belonged to my family," Mira whispered. Rayyan's voice softened. "Do you know its story?" She shook her head. "Only that it's old." Rayyan closed the box gently and took a long breath, as if steadying himself. "This isn't just old. It's rare. It's something I've been searching for years." The shopkeeper blinked. "Sir? Is it really that valuable?" Rayyan didn't answer him. Instead, he looked at Mira. "Come with me," he said quietly. "I want to hear your full story." Mira hesitated, fear, hunger, and exhaustion swirling inside her. But something about the way he spoke felt safe. Not demanding. Not pitying. Just real. "And so, With nothing left to lose, Mira nodded. The moment they walked away together, the market buzzed with whispers. No one knew what was happening. But everyone felt something unusual was unfolding, and it was because Rayyan Halim recognized that pendant, and he knew exactly what it meant. Rayyan led Mira to a small cafe nearby, not a fancy place, just quiet and warm. He ordered food for her, and when the plate arrived, Myra's hands trembled so much she could barely hold the spoon. Rayyan noticed and looked away politely, giving her space. He waited until she finished before speaking. "Tell me everything," he finally said. Mira shared her story, her parents, the sickness, losing everything, the last few months of fighting alone. She spoke slowly, trying not to break down, but a few tears still escaped. Rayyan listened without interrupting. Not once. When she finished, Rayyan placed the wooden box on the table between them. "This pendant," he said, tapping it gently, "belonged to a man named Halim Dar. Do you know that name?" Mira blinked. "No," Rayyan nodded slowly. "He was my grandfather." She froze. Your grandfather? He created these pendants during the hardest years of his life," Rayyan explained. "He didn't sell them, he gave them to families he believed would survive anything. Families he wanted to protect." Mira stared at the box. Her voice shook. "But, how did my grandfather get it?" Rayyan smiled softly. "Maybe your family helped mine once." He leaned back. "Which means, now it's my turn." Mira looked confused. "I don't understand." Rayyan folded his hands. "I want you to know something. What you did today, coming to sell the last thing you had left, that doesn't show weakness. It shows courage. Most people wouldn't survive what you survived." Mira lowered her eyes, not used to hearing words like that. Rayyan continued, "You don't need to sell this. It belongs with you." He pushed the box back toward her. She instinctively pushed it back. "No, sir. I really need the money. Please keep it." Rayyan shook his head. "I won't take your only treasure." He reached into his wallet and placed a thick envelope on the table. "But I will help you start again." Myra's breath caught. I can't accept that. You don't even know me." "I know enough," Rayyan said calmly. "And I'm not giving charity. I'm honoring a promise my grandfather made years before I was even born." Mira hesitated. "What promise?" "That if any family carrying his pendant ever needed help, the Halim family would stand beside them." Tears rolled silently down her cheeks. She clutched the wooden box to her chest, as if protecting it from disappearing again. Rayyan stood up. "Use this money for food, rent, and to get back on your feet. I will arrange a job for you, fair, simple, and safe. You don't owe me anything except one thing." Mira looked up, wiping her tears. "What thing?" "Don't give up on yourself," he said gently. "Not again. Not ever." Something warm flickered inside her, a feeling she thought she had lost forever. As she walked out of the cafe, holding the envelope in one hand and the wooden box in the other, she felt lighter. Not because of the money, but because someone finally saw her. Someone believed her worth wasn't measured by what she had lost, but by what she still carried inside. The pendant glowed softly in the sun. A symbol of hope. A circle finally completed, and for the first time in months, Mira smiled, because she knew her story wasn't ending. It was just beginning.